Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the United States Army Aeromedical Research Laboratory, Fort Rucker, Alabama, Colonel Richard G. Malish.
Family and friends, General Horoho, Major General Lundy, Command Sergeant Major Tom, Major General Line, distinguished visitors, your presence is truly appreciated. It makes this occasion very special. Thanks to the troops in formation and to the wonderful band, I really appreciate your contributions. Many have assisted me on my way to this podium, and I'd like to begin by thanking the AMED leadership for its faith and trust in me. I'd also like to thank Colonel and Mrs. Smirsky for a very gracious transition. I can tell you've really put your heart into this command, and I really appreciate the handoff that you've given me. Finally, I'd like to thank my family, my wonderful and beautiful wife, Kate, my daughter, Nora, my mother, Jane, and our family friend, Nora Easted, who's visiting from Knoxville, Tennessee. They've really supported me every step of the way, and I can't say how much I appreciate you. It's been about 20 years since I was last at Fort Rucker, and it's been fun for me to go around the base and kind of relive some of my experiences that I had back in my flight surgery school days. One of the things that kind of delighted me was to find that the USAARL building is now in a building named after Major General Spurgeon Neal. General Horoho, you mentioned Spurgeon Neal in your November command team training, grouping him with Walter Reed and Jonathan Letterman as one of the great innovators in military medicine. And I had the opportunity to study him several years ago, and he's really been a hero of mine ever since. Many in this audience will know of General Neal's innovations in aeromedical evacuation. He served in World War II, Vietnam, and Korea, and really developed and implemented and then validated the helicopter-assisted battlefield aeromedical evacuation that we know today. In doing so, his work really set into motion the important partnership between medicine and aviation that continues to save warfighters at historic rates. And I really feel humbled to find myself at this nexus between man and machine in Army aviation and Army medicine. And I will dedicate myself to the progress of both entities and to the synergy that exists between them. Some may not know that General Neal also instituted a major change in medical staffing that had nothing to do with frontline medical staffing, that had nothing to do with aviation, but was no less groundbreaking. What he did was he replaced all of the frontline doctors with physician assistants at a time in which physician extenders were essentially unknown and completely unvalidated. Even though this change significantly catalyzed society's adoption of the PA, the Army partially reversed this policy about a decade later in the absence of any new experience. This erosion of progress at the hands, and erosion might be a strong word, but the erosion of progress at the hands of long-held and entrenched belief is a phenomenon that has captured my attention as a practicing physician. John F. Kennedy stated that the great enemy of the truth is very often not the lie, deliberate, contrived, and dishonest, but the myth, persistent, persuasive, and unrealistic. Myth, mythology, dogma. It exists not just in science, but surrounds us in all that we do, coloring our thinking, framing our context, and limiting our progress. John F. Kennedy also said that leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. And I think he said this because dogma cannot be overcome just by research and the evidence that it develops, but by leaders who must use them to decisively guide change. With Major General Neal as my inspiration, I will do my best to ensure the ongoing contributions of this famous lab. I will support its soldiers, families, civilians. I'll support my new neighbors here at Fort Rucker, my new family at MRMC, to overcome any myths that may be blocking our collective progress. As the commander of USAARL, I will not only support high-quality, relevant research, but I will be the champion of its findings. The marriage of learning and leadership will not be separated on my watch. All policies and procedures remain in effect, serving to heal, honored to serve.